All right, so what's super annoying about these sliding things is, you see here, there's like a gap here, right? And then on the other side, it's kind of the other way. There's no gap at the bottom. Furthermore, it's a little like that, right? Now, this one's relatively okay. This was the only door, the front door here, that worked pretty well. It slides out pretty good. There's really no gap, right? All right, no gap here. Now, this was struggling a little bit, and I said, well, I've looked at this before, and I can't figure it out. So what I said was, let me take a look at why this one works good, all right? Let me see. I have some lighting here. Let's do lighting. All right. And, all right. So basically, these look pretty well put together. There's really not much. There's a little button screw thing up there, and then you got to screw vertically, right? And that's it. I had to adjust this and screw it in a little more, and then it was no longer screeching, this second one. And then, I had taken a look at this before, years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago when I moved in here. And what was annoying about it is, you look at this, and it's not the same mechanism. You have all these extra screws on the side that are pushed in. I already took the nails out. There are nails, about 5 of them sticking in there, trying to hold that up together. But no, gravity does the work on that, because if you compare with the other one, it's just one little button thing that's flat and a screw vertically, right? You don't need all these extra things. And then on top of that, the bottom here on the good ones, right? The bottom, they're kind of dirty. But the bottom ones here, you can see that there's really nothing there. It's just holding itself with that little, I don't know, that little button thing that I was mentioning. That's it. So you need one vertical screw, this button thing's already in there, and then you can manipulate the distance of how this picks up off the floor based on the screw up there, okay? You don't have that here. This one that's not even aligned properly and screeches, especially this one. This one's not aligned well, right? You have this weird thing where this is screwed in. Who put these screws here? This is retarded. So we're going to fix this 35-year-old issue that must have been here since they put this in. Like, this one's okay, but it still is high because that stuff up there is screwed in, like over here. And I kind of wish I kept it, because I swear to God, there were nails in here. Okay, there's screws here. There were 5 or 6 nails in here. You can actually see it because you see this thing. That was a nail, not a screw, a nail. Some retard, when they were putting this together, they put this together and they nailed it in. And we're like, oh, we put screws. It's like, they kind of did a decent job on these ones, but they didn't say, oh, this is a decent job, let's redo this. No, let's be sloppy and shit. Okay? So I'm going to now take out one of these screws here and basically just replicate it to those. So I need 4 screws, because 1, 2, 1, 2, that's 4. And that's where we're going to next, Home Depot. Why, hello there, I'm in the closet. So right here, on this one, we only have to remove that top one, and then it'll sink down, and then we can put one of these in there, one of these bad boys up here vertically. Right. Oh, you can see it sinking a little bit. Look at that. Oh, it'll drop it. Well, the other one's still in there on the other side, but you know what? I'm going to have to pause this. All right, so now that I have both of my hands free, we can, oh, there we go. See, look at that. I can use one hand to hold this up a little bit, and another to get rid of this piece of shit. There we go. See, what kind of a monster would use this thing here? I mean, this is like, what the fuck, right? It's... Why? Especially since the other one works just fine. right? Anyway, so this is the mechanism of how it works, is you just, I want to get the other one off first, but you just put this in, you let that do its thing, and that's it. So, you know, while we're here, we might as well get these off. Good Lord. You know, right here. Do we have a better angle? Yeah, let's do it like, there we go. Yeah. See, somebody drilled holes into this. I mean, it's just so idiotic. Look at that. Drilling holes into what? I can't even. And again, these are pretty short screws as well, so thankfully we don't have to do too much. Their sloppiness saves us a couple turns here. Except here. What the fuck? There we go. My God. That one fucking deep. That's what she said. Okay, well, I can't even. This one is just, let me take my coat off. It's so hot in here now. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. So, you know what? I think we're going to pause this because, you know, it's just this, so. And look more what these monkeys did here, right? So, let's go to full zoom. There we go. Look at that. So, they literally just rammed in a bunch of what do you call it? This is the screw, and then they just rammed it in there. You see it's dented? Like, oh, this will hold it up. It's like, yeah, but you're ramming everything into it. Like, oh my God, I can't even. Status update. Once we took that screw out over here, another one of these small ones that was like right up here, that actually made it very loose, so you could actually just take it out pretty easily. So, although they did jam it in there and it's kind of bent, you can see the right. Anyway, so it's a lot easier than I thought. Alright, so we're at the left side doors, the front one of the left side, and I have now put both of them on. I kind of pressed it up a little bit, and it looks like it's working great. You know, as long as this thing here, this head just keeps this up here, it just fits. It's perfect. Let's see it. Alright, so look at this. Let's zoom out a little bit if we can. So there's no gap anymore, or that gap is just whatever the side. But there's no gap, and it goes. Does it go pretty smoothly? It goes pretty smoothly. Yeah, it's very smooth. The back one, both of them on the tops have some issues. It's going to take a couple minutes to unscrew things because it's just really in there. But let's see the amount of gap here. This is the one that works. That's good. And this is the right-hand side one. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, almost done. Look at that. And this was a, oh boy, hold on. Might be some gap issues here. You might want to. Now, it could also be that this is a little bit off, right? Like, let's see here. We might want to do that, but it's pretty close. So, anyways, that's it for now. All right, so we're back. I got the other one out. It was, what was it? Oh, it was nailed into like one of these things. It was into the metal. And I got tired of it the last time I was doing this. Maybe I started filming this, 2 weeks ago or something like that? In fact, let me turn this off real quick.
And would you say your rep scheme? I'm sure that changes.
All right, so now that we're here, turn the YouTubes off. And I already got that. I got kind of frustrated because I was like, this is taking a lot of manual labor to do it. You have to twist it, hold it, and I was just tired. So I waited now 2 weeks to do this or something like that, but we're getting it done. And in fact, I just figured this out. After using a little bit of degreaser here, does that show up? Yes, so we don't even have any light in here. This thing was stuck here, and I was holding it like this, right? And I finally got it. So now you can even do it just by hand, right? Like this. You can just twist this out. And uh-oh. Oh boy. Spoke too soon. But, yeah, we got this. It's just animals who put this up. By the way, again, this is where all the, over here, pointless screws were put in. You have tons of these screws here now, right? It's all over. Every single one of these pointless. You just need one screw or whatever going in here to hold it in. One on each side. That's it. Not the dozens that you see here. It's crazy. But now that we're getting this out, come on, guy. See this nut. Ah, there we go. All right. That is it. So we'll be right back with the screws. All right, so we have these number 10 screws. Stainless, and they are panhead Phillips. It doesn't matter, it's just the thickness of it. Just shove it in there. You already have it here, you know, which I already put in. And I modeled this after the few over here that were working well, right? And I just said, well, maybe there's a more elegant solution than shoving a screw in there, but it worked there. So, you know, with this little washer nut thing, that might be the most elegant solution. That you have it propped up so you can change the width and height of it so it's a little less, right? You can adjust it so it works. Maybe a nut and this would work the best, but fuck that. This one sure as fuck didn't work. And this one is just what it is, you know? So, in fact, when I went to Home Depot to get these, I got a number 8 and a number 10 because I didn't know which one is which, even though I took one from over there on the other side, you know? Anyways, let's open this one. Ooh, it opens. It's a perforated thing. How elegant. And, ow! Just stabbed myself with it. That's fine right here. Just stab myself with it. It's okay. I'm bleeding out. Hold on. I don't want to... Okay. See, it's a pretty big one. Just like this one over here. All you have to do is... See, this is warped a little bit. I don't know if it picks up. But the point is, you just have to shove it in here and shove it up there. And you got to take a screwdriver here. And again, I probably, there's a nicer, more elegant solution. And prop it up a little bit like, come on now. I think just screwing it might work. Yeah, there we go. See, again, I wish there was a more elegant solution. And then this way, once it goes like that, you can shove it up a little bit, right? There we go. Now I want to do the other side as well. Okay, I just stabbed myself again. That's fine. Let me go on the other side. In fact, we'll be. Let's. No, I want to do. Yes, let's. My little tripod. We'll figure it out. So this one, the one we're working, this one in the front that we're moving, that one works pretty well. And because we did that, what, 2 weeks ago or whatever. And this one, we have to, oh boy. Yeah, because this one's not shoved in yet. Hi, everybody. All right. Is that good? That's good, yeah. Woo! All right, so let's see here. Yeah, we just have to shove it in here again and just... See, this is a bit warped here as well. Yeah. But the screws are good enough on this just to have enough width to where it just the screw holds it. Even though it doesn't, it's a very flat thing around, the screw isn't supposed to go in there. So again, this is not the most elegant solution, but fuck it, it works better than what you had before. And, oh boy. Nope, wrong way. There we go. There we go. Oh, I don't see anything. That's fine. Ah, all right. Now it begins to rise. Look at that. Let me compare it to the how deep that has to be. Does that? Oh, perfect. Look at that. So it's about this much. So keep screwing, as I like to say. Oh boy. Now, is that on the rails over there, down there? Yes, it is. All right. See, this is very easy to shove in there. It's surprisingly easy. Okay. This is about... Because the other thing is, well, we'll do a final video just to show that it's never going to be perfect, because this wall over here is not entirely straight. It doesn't make a 90-degree thing, so it's always going to... The little thing where it was sticking out on the side and you could stick a finger in there, that's part of it is because this was shit. They didn't put it in right. Another reason is they didn't put this in right because it's not. We'll see that too. It's okay. Let's see here. Yeah, and that's it. The last one we'll do on the other side, so we'll be back there. And yeah, you can feel it's already sliding better, even though this last one is not 100%. The can we? Oh, whoop, there we go. So this is it. This is the one where this is already correct, and you can see the width here. It's a little bit different. It needs to be still shoved a little more in. There we go. Gonna push it up a little bit. You know, that looks, well, again, it doesn't have to be 100% because a lot of it, you have to look at it. And now let me see how that feels. Okay. That's what she said. And, oh, wow, no screeching. Ooh. Oh. Zero screeching. Well, very little screeching. Now let's see here. Can we? Let's compare it to these. No, these are still a little bit smoother. In fact, let me check this out. You know what? Maybe if we put it up a little more. Hello. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turns, and then we do the same over here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that. Oh, let's see here. Okay, that's interesting. Well, that is weird. Is it weird? Is that supposed to? Okay, never mind. That might be just a perspective thing, but there's no screeching now. Listen, I mean, it's not quite even, and yeah, we'll have to do something with that. It's at least not screeching, and it's, yeah. All right, we'll do the last video later. All right, so let's do why it's never going to be perfect, and that's okay too. So let's zoom out a little bit as much as we can. So this is it right here, right? You see that there's a bigger gap at the bottom. There's no gap up top. You can basically stick a finger in there. Let's do it now. The issue is you can try to balance it out by lowering the thing on the other side. Oops, there we go. You can do from the inside, you know, you can kind of lower and raise these things that we did. The problem is that the wall itself is kind of not entirely straight, all right? So if you use this tool, you don't even need to use the little water bubbles in here, because if you hold it straight like this, you see, there's a gap over here, right? You can stick a finger in there, basically. So the wall itself is not entirely straight, because if you're holding it like this, there's no gap here, there shouldn't be any up there, but there is. And you can see that, but again, that you can see there too. So that's just the wall, and you really don't have that issue over here. You see? So if you hold it here straight, you go up here, there's barely a little bit, right? And you don't see that on this side over here either. As you hold it nice and straight in the middle, it's pretty much, there's nothing there. Very, very little. This is not over, and this is the other side over here. Now the other side is good to here. It's just really this side that sucks. So you can kind of balance it out, but it's always going to look uneven because the wall itself is. Anyways, so that's it. It works. No more screeching. That's really the most important thing. It doesn't get stuck in anything itself, you know. And we fixed it. It's amazing. We did it. We screwed things in and screwed them out, and it works. Amazing.